Alright, day 3. Welcome. So, you're going to start out with the short hike to Madeira, Ponta de Furado. That's just the end of that little peninsula, if you will, that you're on, with spectacular views. That completes the San Lorenzo hike from yesterday. That's the second best hike on the island. There is a cafeteria, sardine house. I don't know if they'll be open given their location. It's kind of spotty, but if they are, that'd be convenient. But I advise you to get breakfast supplies yesterday from that store. And you're going to do the ride to Verede do Lorano, Boca de Risco. Check that out. And that's another coastal hike. It's a little bit back farther up to the northwest coast. It's kind of a locals road, but it goes along that beautiful coastline there, kind of sheer. 11k, 17th best hike on the island. It's the seaside, the soaring seaside cliffs there are just amazing. And if you were tired yesterday from that mountain hike and you decided to skip Levada do Caldeiro Verde, now's a good time to do that. That is also a spectacular hike. I picked out, the best hikes on the island. There's hundreds of hikes on Madeira, but I really picked out the best, so that I'm not arbitrarily sending you around. So if you skip that one, now's a good time to do that. Next is Ray Mago's Beach and Restaurant. And it's just a change of scenery. That's a cool beach, in my opinion. Where you were yesterday at Canisal is the best. I love Canisal. But if you want to have beach and have lunch at a different place, Ray's Mago's Beach is pretty cool. They got a place where people jump in on the east side. It's not so much of a beach, really. It's like a jump in the water. People sunbathe there. It's more of a social area than Canisal. And then I have a Atlantic Supermarket. It's just easy to get to. You don't have to get very far off of the highway. It can be taxing if you spend more time doing that. And then you want to get set up at Poiso campsite. There's 2 Poiso campsites. So you can take the one that's closer to the restaurant and it's minor social area, or you can check out the one that's in black as opposed to yellow, and that's farther away depending upon what you want. And there's a restaurant up there as well. If you don't want to eat off of supplies, might be a social area. You can hang out at the bar there, see if other people are coming in. All right, not a lot going on day 3. Because the morning is so spectacular, you might want to spend a lot of time hanging out there, and you're probably tired from the double hikes yesterday, and that hike for today is kind of long and spectacular, and it might be challenging getting back up. So I didn't jam pack it, but I'm assuming that you'll probably do that Caldeiro de Vera. Levada do Caldeiro Verde. I'm assuming that you'll probably do that again today. So, day 4. You're set up to get to Pico de Arero, which is also famous, high demand, and jam-packed in the morning. So I set you up to get up there early. I have a primary and alternate parking lot because it does get filled up very quickly. You're going to have an easier time parking on motorcycles, but that gets filled up very quickly. But and there is a restaurant up there, but you want to get to the peaks first and do that hike. It's a 12k round trip, so feel free to turn around whenever you want to if you don't want to get to the very end. But you'll end up pretty much where you started yesterday. So this is the other mountain, Pico de Arero, where you're starting to and you're going all the way to Pico Ruivo. That's the other mountain you're going from peak to peak. So it's quite a cool adventure. But if you don't get there early, you're going to be behind everybody and their brother and their grandmas and their grandpas that are on the narrow trail, and they're taking up the whole trail, and they're looking at every single step, and it'll just take you 12 hours to do the whole thing. So you want to get up there early. That's why you're camped out at a place that's easy to access. And the earlier that you can get up there, the better. I would leave. I would be up there before sunrise for best results. That's kind of a pain if you want a leisurely vacation, but that's not really what this is set out to be. So I wanted to get you the best access to that possible. And then you're going to be moving westward from this point on. So I routed you to another beach, Praia de Foz and Ribeira Brava. Man, these are hard. Cool social area with a restaurant that's right there, Restaurante de Luis. It's pretty good value. Serving sizes, preparation feels like more of a regal experience right there. And there's also a grocery store right there, so you don't have to go through Funchal to get to a grocery store. It's difficult to get through Funchal. If you got extra days on the island, you want to check out Funchal, you'll see. It's cool, but it's not easily accessible. Your maps are going to freak out. It's going to take you along all kinds of strange byways. It's better to get your supplies out of that city. And I got another Levada hike. That's kind of like a water channel. Levada is water channel. So this is Levada de Moinho. It's an 8K loop. 8th most popular hike on island. It's not that far away from Praia de Foz, da Ribeira Brava. It's really optional, but you know, it's very cool. You have cool views of the ravine, valley, gulch you have there. And I have an alternate trailhead if you want to cut off some of that trail. It's more sure and dangerous, but it's shorter. So that's labeled in black. And you're going to go up into the mountains, which itself is a cool ride. Kind of interesting. Hard to navigate sometimes when you're up there because of the mist, and it'll get cold. So if you have those waterproof shoes, you definitely want to wear those. You probably only have 2 shoes. So wear those waterproof shoes coming up the mountain. Ribeira do Alecrim. And then there's Jungle Range, a restaurant there. It's like a themed restaurant. They don't really have a lot in the way of like food, unless you like just a cut of meat and some fries. But you know, it's cool ambience. There might be people there hanging out. And camping out there once again puts you in a good spot to do to go to one of the main hiking areas of the island that's going to be crowded. There's a lot of different hikes in this small area. But I have hike maps to the ones that I'm going to route you to tomorrow. All right, that's it for day 4. Let's try and go for day 5. Day 5. Calheta, Nevada of 25 Fontes and Risk. That's a somewhat English translation of it. 3rd best hike on the island. It's a pretty cool area. You have a lot of small waterfalls, and it's like an upland bog kind of area. It's very cool. And I've provided the hike maps for that on a separate Word document. And the second thing to do is a viewpoint and a restaurant, Boca de Encumiara. So this is a road along 2 peaks that's pretty spectacular, and you'll want to at least see it. I'm taking you a little bit out of the way of your next destination to see that, because it's very cool to see, and especially to be traveling on in an open air vehicle, be like that high up in the air and still see, see the ravine and the pass and the mountains. It's really incredible. Kind of has a New Zealand Lord of the Rings feel. After that, there's another hike through a World Heritage Site because of the Laura Silva trees, Laura Silva Forest. you can read up about that. If you're a little bit tired of hiking, this is still worth it, but you can proceed to Porto Moniz or any of the other beaches that you really loved, or do a motorcycle tour. Once again, a loop going eastward along the north coast, and then all the way around Ponte di San Lorenzo, and then back down southwest to get to Funchal. That's pretty cool. If you really want to swim, Porto Moniz is cool too. I'd recommend that you do the hike. If you got time for Porto Moniz, do that. Or alternately, do neither and then do the motorcycle tour around. And that'll bring you back to Blitzrent. That's the end of the tour.